Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Happy birthday, Neil! The one, the only. Neil Young, 79 years young today. Born in Canada, calls Northern California home. And a singer-songwriter for the ages. Part of the hippie movement, right? For what it's worth. Him and Stephen Stills singing about the rioting in Los Angeles, then took off on his own, then, of course, became part of Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Tin Soldiers and Nixon's Coming. Wrote that song in 48 hours. So 48 hours after the fact, the Kent State shooting, the massacre, and everything he's done, really through Harvest Moon. I haven't been a huge fan of recent Neil, but one of the greatest of all time, singer-songwriter, phenomenal guitar player, harmonica, and a guy that's changed a lot of lives. His music will last forever. We are going to celebrate Neil Young over the next couple of hours right here on a Tuesday edition of Into the Night. We are less than 1 hour away from hearing from you. That's right. We're going to open up these phone lines in exactly 58 minutes. 641-1010. Sports Talk Radio has changed over the decades. When I got into it, it was a call-in show. That's what it was all about, hearing from the peeps. No one appreciates the listeners more than I do. No one is more interactive with the listeners than JJ and myself on social media, including the text line, which is absolutely incredible. Same number, and it's brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Those who take part in that know that I try to respond to you all. And I learn from you. I'm not afraid to admit it. There's a brilliant listening audience out there. Very smart. You should be proud. But tonight, and I think we're going to do it here now on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock. We did it for a couple of years, and then I just kind of got off it. I'm not sure why, but I want to reintroduce that tonight. So that's less than an hour away. In the meantime, we have got plenty to do. We are going to have our second installment of the college football playoff rankings. I believe that'll be at 8:30 tonight, so we'll be off the air. I have to imagine that ESPN has a college basketball game, and that is the reason why they are doing it. Last week in the first installment, we got it right at 7 o'clock. And, yeah, it's a dog and pony show, and they're going to take it from 25 to 1. But I thought it really spoke volumes about what has happened in the world of college football and what a weekend we just witnessed. I mean, an incredible Saturday. How much movement are we going to have when Georgia, the third-ranked team in America, really got punched in the mouth in the Grove? I mean, Mississippi just flat out dominated Georgia. They were third, even though you had two Big Ten teams ahead of them in both Oregon and Ohio State. Again, the college football playoff rankings are based on just that, like the Associated Press poll, like the coaches poll. The rankings are 1 through 25, and then you'll see them differently. So when you see the ESPN show, the way they describe it to you can be a tad bit confusing. But then again, so is in college football. We'll see how far Georgia does drop. For what it's worth, in the Associated Press poll, Georgia fell 9 spots. They went from number 3 to number 11. Mississippi right ahead of them at number 10. I'm very intrigued in what's going to happen here with Indiana. They're still not, in my opinion, getting the love that they have earned because it's Indiana. And they played a very tight football game this past Saturday with the defending national champion Michigan Wolverines. And, you know, Michigan, of course, won it all a year ago. Indiana, tooth and nail in that matchup. Actually, check that. It was Oregon Is that right? I thought it was Indiana, Michigan. Excuse me. Yes, they did win 20-15 over Michigan. I know, and I watched the game for crying out loud. So in consecutive weeks, they blew out Michigan State 47-10, and they just barely got by Michigan 20-15. But they were ranked 8th in the initial college football playoff rankings. I mean, you had, at the time, 5 schools ahead of them with a loss. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but I think that is what we have to understand here, that name recognition, the supporting of blue bloods is still absolutely an enormous part of this process. Tim Brando, our weekly conversation with Tim, I believe will be tomorrow. I have to check with Tim early in the morning because I'm not going to be with you on Thursday night. Okay, we got Neil Young tonight. Brothers and sisters, I got Daryl Hall Thursday night at St. Aug, and I've been with the same girl now for 15 years. I really hope by the end of the night we're making out in the back of a station wagon. That's all I can hope for. When we get to a little one-on-one, and a little your kiss is on my list, and Sarah's smile, and you're a rich girl, right? I mean, it's just going to be so romantic. Looking forward to it. Going with a bunch of buddies and the GF. The GF is also with DD. I'm always about partying. I'm always about having a good time. Make sure you have a designated driver. We want you to be around because one of these days, Jaguars are going to flip the switch. They're going to win football games. One of these days, Florida State's going to flip the switch. They're going to win ball games, right? We know it's going to happen. It's only a matter of time. But Indiana, to me, is going to be very interesting because they began at number 8. And they moved up, let's see here, to number 5 in the Associated Press poll. So we'll go through that coming up in just a little bit and kind of break some bread in the world of college football after just a incredible weekend this past Saturday. What do we have in store coming up this Saturday? Are there more upsets for the taking? Certainly Miami, JJ and I on other sides here. I think Miami will cruise the rest of the way through. We have you on tape. We have you on record saying you don't agree with that. You're very concerned about Miami's defense, and you think they lose again before the ACC championship.
Yeah, they don't play this weekend. They have Wake after that. I think that'll be pretty straightforward. But then they travel to Syracuse, and it could be like, hey, all you got to do is beat Syracuse, and you go and play SMU. SMU, they got their old OC there. They got a bunch of Miami cast-offs on that team. So that's a huge look-ahead game for me in Miami. And we all know Miami's defense is beyond suspect. They're bad. And Syracuse scores. Kyle McCord is a great quarterback. They score. They give up a lot of points. So, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if Miami, who everyone is just penciling into the ACC title game, doesn't even actually make it to the ACC title game.
Interesting.
Stay tuned.
No doubt about that. Another really good weekend. I want to bring up a game right now. This is a job-saving game, and that is Texas going to Arkansas. Again, on paper, you don't even think twice about it, right? You just put a W down next to Texas going out on the road. But this is what we've always been told, that the SEC and why it's so difficult. I'll cite an earlier game this year when Georgia went to Kentucky, right? And Kirby Smart made a really good comment about winning on the road in the SEC is incredibly difficult. And for Texas, this is just another game. I'm sure Texas is looking ahead. Arkansas, this is a Super Bowl. This is an opportunity to get to a bowl, and this is an opportunity to knock off one of the best teams in college football. That's a high noon affair. I wish Arkansas got them at night. I've always been a believer in college football that the road team wants to play as early as they can. The home team wants to get liquored up. The fans become that much more boisterous, and I think it has an effect on a game on a Saturday, more than I do believe the NFL on a Sunday. I think there's some effect in pro football, but I think there's much more on Saturday in the college game. My opinion, Clemson at Pitt, the loser's out. I mean, there's no surviving this. We just talked about SMU in Miami, where it looks like that's the collision course. But Clemson doesn't face either one of those two schools. Clemson has to win this game. Going into Pittsburgh, going to be chilly. And again, that's a high noon game as well. Another one that I think is really intriguing here, all of a sudden it looks like Colorado's going to rep the Big 12. They've had a much better year than I think anyone thought, myself included. Utah's been just bad this year. They've already fired their offensive coordinator. They're having trouble scoring. Could they pull off a major upset? So we saw what I thought were two huge upsets in college football last week, even though JJ, Tim Brando, and the Philly Godfather all correctly picked Mississippi over Georgia. I didn't. It's a good thing I didn't bet, right? They'd be picking up my house right now, putting it on four wheels and taking it out of Bartram Springs. I mean, I absolutely would have bet on Georgia last week. And again, Miami, even though I referenced it and we talked about it, going into Atlanta is nasty. It's a hornet's nest at Georgia Tech. Could we see another really big upset with the couple of games that I mentioned, including Utah going to Colorado? LSU, Florida, enough said. Great rivalry. We'll find out officially about Lagway. Nussmeier, is he going to leave? Is he a first-round draft pick? Is he the third, fourth, fifth, sixth quarterback selected? If so, does he return for another year? That's going to be an intriguing football game. Oregon's got to go all the way over to Wisconsin. You know, Wisconsin is one of those teams that usually wins at least one big game a season. I like Oregon here, but I'm still not a believer, right? I yell about teams like Oregon and Wisconsin and Virginia Tech and Boise State and Texas A&M and Mississippi. They don't win championships. Iowa State, Kansas State. We always want to kind of build them up. Indiana this year, right? I mean, is anyone in the world going to pick Indiana to actually go ahead and win the Natty? It just doesn't happen. Oregon feels close. They feel like they could be the exception to the rule. My point on this is the last two teams to win a national title for the first time right here in this state. Florida State in 93, Florida in 96. That's it. Now, some of these schools won way back when. I think Mississippi might have won it in like 1910 or something like that, or Texas A&M. But come on, we're talking more about the modern times. And then finally, Tennessee at Georgia. Georgia's got problems, man. They really do. The local kid is struggling. 9 interceptions in his last 3 games. Carson Beck clearly missing Ladd and Brock, right? They're not running the ball. I saw today that ETN's numbers are actually down at this point than they were a year ago at Florida. Georgia, very good defense. They've dealt with some injuries. Georgia loses, they're out of it. At least we would think they are out of it. I still believe that Georgia and Ohio State have more street cred than any team in college football. Nick Saban leaving, I think, is taking that away from Alabama. And Tim Brando said, hey, a team like that could get in with 3 losses. I find that hard to believe, with the exception being the Dogs and the Buckeyes. I think those are the only 2 schools. Maybe wrong, just my opinion. Always going to share that with you. So, yes, another great weekend ahead of us in the world of college football. The Kirby Smart thing is ridiculous, too, by the way. He's more upset about his safety celebrating, calling him an idiot, than he's ever been with any of these vehicular arrests, citations. And he takes the high road there, tells us he's disappointed. He's handling it internally. Did he call any of those kids an idiot? The way
Stupid, yeah.
The way that he called Pope an idiot for, celebrating. And listen, it is what it is. This is big business. This is about winning games. It's not about right or wrong. It's not about ethics. It's not about morals. It's about wins. It's about winning and losing. And Kirby Smart wins. He knocks off everyone not named Alabama outside of 3 days ago, losing at Mississippi. If you are a hard line, you don't care about anything in the world outside of wins, this is great. You've got a coach leading a renegade program who could care less about what I am saying or about what anyone else is saying. He'll go after opposing players. He'll go after officials. He'll go after the media. He will scold his players when he feels it's necessary. All this man all he cares about is winning. He doesn't care about the Georgia reputation. He doesn't care about what outsiders think about the way he is running this program. He's there for one reason, and for one reason only, and that is to win football games. How about his comments the other day on the safety were, frankly, the truth. He came right out and he said it. In a world of canned answers, in a world of lip service, he told Georgia fans exactly what he thought about that. I just wish he had a portion of that enthusiasm or criticism towards those knuckleheads who are going 95 miles an hour in a 45-mile-an-hour speed zone. But he didn't, because those are good football players, and he wants them back on his team. Hey, that's what renegade football's about, right? I mean, ask yourself this at Florida. Would you rather have Urban Meyer back and all these guys getting arrested for countless things in your winning games, or would you rather be 4-5? Florida State fans, would you rather have guys getting free shoes from the Foot Locker and Peter Warwick and Lavernius Coles getting things from Dillard's and whatever it is and winning games, as opposed to being the worst-ranked offense in college? What would you rather have? Give me the Renegade program any day without even thinking about it. I don't need my football players walking old ladies across the street. I don't. I need them winning games. And sometimes that means bad character kids who are on your team who are dogs, no pun intended. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. Every crime is separate. Some are much more significant than others, and they deserve punishment. But I'd rather have a coach who just flat out wants to win and could care less about anything else. And that's what Georgia has right now in Kirby Smart. Opening comments tonight and every night brought to you by Shmunez Vision. My goodness, I am tickled that I am able to represent this fine practice. Cataract surgery is absolutely petrifying to so many of you, and I get it. We have no idea what it means. If your eyes are bothering you, you notice right now that it's gone dark, right? 6:19. All of a sudden it's dark out. Your eyes may be far worse at this moment than they were this morning when you were dropping off the kids or getting ready to go to work. That's normal. That comes with old age. But there are reasons that is the case. And also, there are remedies for you. You may not need surgery. You may have a cataract issue that they can solve with other things. I don't know. It's not always surgery. But if you do need it, Dr. Catherine Shmunez, Dr. Neil Shmunez, you're talking about more than 30 years worth of experience when it comes to surgery. And also, you may go to your eye doctor and they say, unfortunately, yes, you need surgery. You need cataract surgery. And I'm going to perform that on you. And everything's going to be okay. And then you're like, well, can I ask you a question? And he's like, I'd love to answer your question, but here's the deal. I got to get to another patient. So I want you to talk to our surgery counselor. Instead, you're going to have someone explain to you what it's like, what it's going to be like, and they're not even performing the surgery. That's not the case at Shmunez Vision. You'll hear from Dr. Neil, and you'll hear from Dr. Catherine Shmunez. Check them out online. Go to Shmunez Vision. Also get all the testimonials on Instagram at Shmunez Vision as well. Coming up at 7 o'clock, we hear from you. Jacksonville and phone calls at 7 o'clock. In the meantime, let's come back, talk a little bit about Walker Little and Cam Robinson. Oh, yeah, they faced one another. I guess they did this past Sunday. Much more as well on college football as we patiently wait for our second installment of the college football playoff rankings.
In English is their second language. Their native tongue is teal and black. Let's go! Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony bring you Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios.
10 to noon on 1010XL.
Hey, it's Linda Beaver. Whether you're new to the area or a longtime resident, you deserve the best and shouldn't settle when buying or servicing your car. At Beaver Chevrolet, we have built our reputation on trust. You can trust us to provide the best prices, the best selection, and the best experience. You can trust me. Your neighbors can trust me. Your family can trust me. We will not let you down. Come see us at Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville to let our family take care of yours. Trust me, we're here to wow you.
If you suffer from constant burning, tingling, or numbness in your hands or feet, it could be a serious condition called neuropathy. I'm Dr. Nathan Riddle, DC with Riddle Wellness in Ponte Vedra. Neuropathy is treatable, and we have seen great results by using state-of-the-art, non-invasive therapies to target damaged nerves, reduce symptoms, and improve nerve function. Call 904-395-5598 to schedule your free consultation today and learn how you can live pain-free. Call 904-395-5598.
Hi, everybody. Mike Dempsey here, and today I want to call a timeout to shout out Awaken 180 Weight Loss for their 10-year anniversary. 10 years ago, Paige had developed a long-term solution for weight loss that could work for anyone. She cut through the misconceptions of lose weight, quick gadgets, fad diets, and medications, completely revolutionizing the weight loss industry with real results. More importantly, lasting results. Free support for life was, and still is, the backbone of the Awaken 180 program. 10 years later, 23,000 clients have lost a combined 750,000 pounds. Clients who've eliminated the need for cholesterol medications, blood pressure, and even type 2 diabetes medications. People like me, your neighbors, friends, and family who wanted to take back control of their weight, health, and happiness. I, for one, am so happy I found Awaken 180, and I know you'll be happy as well if you make the same choice. Here's to the next 10 years at awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. From GFL, Green for Life.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. No matter the weather, Triumph has an unbelievable selection of rides where you can get out and just enjoy the highway.
They do. The new Rocket is out, the new color schemes, the Tiger 1200, which has been revamped. These bikes are nice, gorgeous, and ready to ride.
And if you want to take a look at the selection, they can just roll into the showroom and see a full variety.
We've got them all in stock and ready to go.
So if you log on, cyclesofjacksonville.com, search the Triumph line, and then head into the showroom. You'll be impressed. Cycles of Jacksonville.
Hey, gang, Prosser here to save you some cash. Maximize your home sale now with the market experts who deliver more money in less time, and those experts are Chad and Sandy Newman. Maybe you're worried about costly repairs or upgrades needed to sell your home. You don't have to worry. The worries are relieved with Chad and Sandy, the local real estate experts we are trusting and recommending with the sale of your home. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Mortgage rates are down. It's time to create your market. Marvin in Cobblestone writes, my siblings and I moved our parents to Maryland so they can get some extra help as they get older. Next, we had to sell the home to get them some financial help for their extra care. We hired Chad and Sandy, and they delivered big. Chad and Sandy's team got our home sold in 7 days above asking price. You can too. Call Chad and Sandy today, 904-414-6200, or go to chadandsandy.com. That's Chad, ANDSANDY.com.
Free pizza. Lauren Brooks here. Royal Pest Control says thanks for your business. And they're offering a free slice of Tony D's Pizza while supplies last this Friday noon to 2 as we broadcast live at Tony D's, corner of Bay Meadows and 295.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
In its final year, we encourage you to help create great futures for young people when you run or walk at Mackenzie's Run, Saturday, November 23rd. Join Boys and Girls Club of Northeast Florida for a 5K and 1 mile fun run through the beautiful stadium course at TPC Sawgrass. Enjoy food, live music, face painting, family fun, and more at our Runners Village. Register at mackenziesrun.org. Mackenzie's 5K and Fun Run, November 23rd. mackenziesrun.org.
Get off the ladder and put on the helmet with Gutter Helmet of North Florida. We are family owned and manufactured locally. Cleaning your gutters is a dangerous and dirty job. That's why with Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. Water goes in your gutters while trash and debris go on the ground. It won't collect like filters do. Gutter Helmet protects. Call now for 10% off and a free gutter cleaning and tune-up with your purchase of Gutter Helmet. Call 904-762-7779.
AC replacement? If your AC unit is ready to go kaput, then it's time to call Florida Home AC. With over $3,000 in tax credits waiting for you on select systems, take advantage of it. Call 777-4300. Get Florida Home AC to cool you off.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Slow, and I want to talk to you today about having a grateful spirit. As we journey in life, it's so easy to take things for granted. But I want to encourage you to never get tired of thanking God for your blessings. Take time also to thank the people in your life who have and are helping you to become the person you are today. Don't go through life complaining. Go through life praising.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Can we get a Neil Young cover band? Doesn't Jimmy Fallon do that? Is Jimmy on his way to Canada, or is that only Kimmel? Do we know?
I love the celebrities who are supposed to leave the country. I haven't actually seen any that have left.
4 dead in Ohio. Happy birthday, Neil. We love you. Dual citizenship, right? He is from Canada. Imagine his conversations with Daryl Hannah. That must have been soothing. But he is a great artist, no doubt about that. Hey, we celebrated Veterans Day yesterday. Had a special hello to my dad, who was served in the Army, listening in Tampa, and my granddad Chicky, who was on one of those huge Navy carriers, destroyers, and he's in heaven. But this continues all week long. The good folks over at Cimarron. Listen to this. This applies now tomorrow and Thursday, because I've been doing it both Monday and Tuesday. But Military Appreciation Week, okay? An all-inclusive round for only $44. All right? Active military, retired military, just call the Pro Shop. 287-2000, very easy number to remember. 287-2000, and enjoy yourself. If you haven't been to Cimarron, you're going to be blown away. It has a bad reputation, okay? Forever, it was considered a dog track in town. It was really, really bad. My good friend Rick over there, Rick Shoemaker, he has poured a tremendous amount of money into the golf course, the greens, the fairways, the tee boxes, a brand new indoor-outdoor clubhouse right over 18 with live entertainment. They got a fire pit. They got a beautiful outside brick bar. I mean, it's really, really good. And I'll tell you, go out there, give it a shot, and then let me know what you think. I've yet to get one complaint. It is really been a complete 180, the good folks at Cimarron. And again, they're located right there on 210, part of the 210 Mafia. And enjoy yourself. Get an opportunity to get out there. We do celebrate the military here in Jacksonville. All right, one thing that I have yelled about for years, and I'm going to try to say this in a way where I don't give you the I told you so. But if I had $10 for every time on this radio station I have said, please explain to me the difference, $19 million worth between Cam Robinson and Walker Little, I'm all ears. I'll just sit back and take it. Express it to me. Explain it to me, because I can't figure it out. You see the numbers, the final numbers that came in from the game on Sunday? Walker Little, 0 pressures. Now, I would argue that. I think the final interception that Mac Jones threw, where Gabe Davis ran a post, it looked like he was supposed to run just a go route, right? Just a simple as that. And, also he had Parker Washington wide open 7 yards downfield. He also had on kind of a shade route, Brian Thomas Jr. wide open, some 20 yards downfield. But, why would you throw the ball to Brian Thomas Jr.? Why do that? He had his 2 receptions already for 12 yards. And I thought that on that play, Walker Little gave up a pressure. Nonetheless, Pro Football Focus, and who would argue with them? 0 pressures. Cam Robinson, are you ready? 11 pressures he allowed in this game. 6 came from Josh Hines-Allen. They just ate him up at left tackle, and he also had 3 penalties, including the egregious hit to, was it Savage? Or was it Darby? I think it was Savage.
After the interception.
Yeah. They hit out of bounds. I don't remember who it was because Jacksonville had 3. They actually had a 4th, which was called back because of a Jacksonville penalty. But pretty amazing. To look at things and this whole rebuild, right? And let's face it, where I am with this right now, I said it yesterday, I'm going to stay with it today. I do welcome you to the final week of Doug Pederson as the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. If he is not fired on Sunday night, or fired on Monday morning, that is a massive miss by Shad Khan. It has to happen. It's
what
the
if
right
they
time.
Win?
Yeah, that would be like Mississippi knocking off Georgia. Yeah, what if if they win, then obviously he stays on.
Okay.
He obviously stays on. They're a 12.5-point dog. Will Detroit look ahead? It is in Detroit. I'm sure you can make the case. Do you believe that this team is going to rally? Do you believe that this team is going to play hard for their coach, try to go out and win a football game? Obviously, if the Jacksonville Jaguars pull off this upset, again, they're a double-digit underdog. Then everything I'm doing here becomes nil. It becomes absolutely nothing, right? He stays on, goes through the bye, then gets ready for a home game against Houston. And if you are glass half full, you look at that remaining schedule with the Tennessee home and away and the Raiders and the Jets and the Colts, all very winnable games. And, the one aspect, or not the one, but something that Doug Pederson has done in his career in Jacksonville is go on 6-game win streaks. I can't comfortably sit here right now and go through a scenario where the Jaguars win 6 straight games. I cannot do that. I don't have it in me. I think they get blown out at Detroit on Sunday. I don't want to sit here and bring up a game that'll be played on December 1st against Houston and say they're going to win or lose that game, because we know that so many things can happen on a week-to-week basis in the NFL, not only injury-wise, but just the way that the team reacts. Look at the mess right now in Dallas with Michael Parsons and, everything that came out of that, the response by, what was it, who was the former offensive lineman for the New England Patriots, the kid out of Boston College. who won a couple of Super Bowls. I can't think of his name on ESPN because I don't watch ESPN anymore. Rex Ryan, the former coach. Was it Damian
Harris? Woody?
Woody. Yes.
Damian Woody?
Damian Woody. Thank you. Out of BC. Had some success as a starter on those Super Bowl winning teams. Just absolutely dressed down Parsons. And that's what I mean. We see these situations. They evolve more and more and more and more as you get throughout the course of the season. So to project anything 3 weeks from now with Houston, I'm not going to do it. But the point is, those are by far the two most difficult games. At Tennessee, New York at home, at Vegas, a couple days before Christmas. I think that's going to be tougher than it looks because of that very reason. Home with Tennessee, at Indianapolis. Can you give me 6 straight wins there? Doug Pederson has won 6 straight. He did it in 2022. He did it in 2023. I don't know if he'll be able to do it this year. I mean, heck, this team hasn't been able to put together 2 consecutive wins during the 2024 campaign. But anyway, that is what we have. I do. The Walker Little situation to me is fascinating because I still believe that your starting left tackle in 2024 is Anton Harrison, right? Even though he's going to play 34 games at right tackle, I think he becomes your future left tackle, the same position he played at Oklahoma. I want to say he had 23 starts for the Sooners, 22 of those 23 starts. He did play left tackle. That would be my guess. What if Walker Little, okay, the season's gone. I just took you through a 6-game win streak. Come on. The season's gone. It's absolutely gone. But what if Walker Little plays well enough that the new coming coach, and I would love to be able to sit here and say the new general manager. I wish that I could comfortably say that. I don't feel comfortable about it. I hope I'm wrong. I'm wrong all the time. I thought Georgia would beat Mississippi, right? I'm wrong all the time. I hope I'm wrong. I hope no matter where I'm at, okay, people come up to me and they're like, hey, Ballou, hey, yeah, you thought Bulky was good. I hope I'm wrong, okay? But my bet, if I was a bettor, is that he still runs this thing in 2025. What if Walker Little plays well again at Detroit, plays well with Houston? What if he plays well these final 7 games? If I was Walker Little, I'd get my ass out of here. He is a starting left tackle in this league. No one has been treated worse than Walker Little than the way that this organization has treated that man. Okay? I would get out of here based on that. But I don't get the sense that that's Walker Little's personality. And all the times that I've talked to him, interviewed him, he doesn't seem like a guy who holds a grudge. He didn't win the right tackle spot. He had an opportunity with Juwan Taylor. But he also played his best football a year ago when Cam Robinson was selfish and got popped for 4 games and was suspended. He was the best offensive lineman in 2023, those first 4 games. It's the return of Cam. Oh, my God. It was like Michael Jordan is back. You know what I mean? Aaron Judge is back. Welcome back, Los Angeles. Let's bring in Mike Trout. It's the return of Cam Robinson. It was like all the talk here in town. Can you believe Cam's back? We automatically have to put Cam at left tackle. Cam's only played left tackle in high school. He only played left tackle at Alabama. Well, Walker Little is your best offensive line. No. I don't care. We'll slide him over to guard. He gives you 11 plays and gets hurt. Again, no one has been treated worse than Walker Little. I'd leave. Get my ass out of here if I was Walker Little. But he may not think that way. He could play himself into a job. It's more convenient because of all the holes that this football team is going to have after the season. It's more convenient to try to re-sign Walker Little. Okay, now the asking price, and history tells us that Trent Baalke does what? He overpays. He overpays his free agents. He overpays his own free agents. Okay? And listen, Tyson Campbell's fantastic. When he is back, they're that much better. They still gave up 402 yards. They didn't allow a touchdown. But he overpays. No wonder they stay. The only guy I can't think didn't overpay was Arden Key, who left, and Calvin Wrigley, which ended up, let's credit Bulky here. The Calvin Wrigley move was the right move. Brian Thomas Jr. is going to be a better wide receiver than Calvin Wrigley. There's a check mark right there for Trent Baalke. If you don't think he is bringing that with him for his sit-down with Shad Khan, you're crazy. That's one of probably 50 things that he has listed on his sheet of paper that he has done that others would not have done. But the Walker Little situation in a lost season all of a sudden becomes so incredibly important. I've been saying this for years, and as we head to this break, let me say it again. And I hope if there is a new general manager, he understands this. The most important thing that Jacksonville has to do is protect Trevor Lawrence. You've got a grade A wide receiver, a wide receiver 1. You got a tight end 1 and a tight end 2. You got a running back 1 and 2. Argue it amongst yourself. I'm not in the mood. You must fix this offensive line. You need the best bookend tackles that you can get. Is Walker Little going to put himself in a position to be the future left tackle? Or do you say, nah, don't trust him? Flip Anton to the left. Go get yourself a right tackle. That interior offensive line has got to be redone as well. I don't have any faith. If you want to give me Mitch Morse for one more year, okay. Are you going to walk back Ezra, who gets hurt every year? This is it for Sheriff. It's an expiring contract. They draft number 1. I see it all the time. Oh, go get Travis Hunter. Oh, they need a corner. Oh, Stop. Okay? Offense. You're averaging 20 points a game. Your quarterback went out with 5 injuries a year ago. He's got a bum shoulder again this year. Fix the offensive line. That is where your resources go. That is where your draft goes. Don't tell me the position doesn't fit the number 1 pick. Trade down. Offensive line. And get the right coach. Make this offense better. If you lose games 33-30, okay. But you don't want to lose games 12-7. You don't want to go the entire first quarter without scoring, putting up 31 yards in the first half. You can't fix it all. Every NFL team has holes. You have your quarterback. You have overpaid your quarterback. Fix the offensive line. Your calls are coming up in 15 minutes. 641-1010. Tuesdays at 7. We hear from you on Into the Night.
Now, the Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game. Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville. Drive to the game in luxury with Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.
The Young Guns wanted to make their presence felt early against the Vikings, and they'd get off to a great start in front of the home crowd. Thanks to a 9-play sequence capped off by a Mac Jones 1-yard touchdown, Jacksonville would take an early 7-3 lead with 3:44 left in the first quarter. The 70-yard drive is your Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game.
Hey, John, I think everyone in Jacksonville is ready to elevate their ride.
Absolutely. At Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville, we have stunning 2024 Escalades and Lyrics in stock right now.
And the great news is you can get a $4,000 Escalade loyalty rebate.
Don't wait for the 2025 models to come in.
Luxury is just a visit away. Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
Not available with some other offers. Must take retail delivery by 10/31/24 plus tax tag title $8.99 admin fee and resistol on approved credit.
Tell them Jennifer sent ya.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay. Let's go!
Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Nick in here for the Borland Groover Foundation. If you're 45 or older, you need to get screened for colon cancer. Ask your doctor about getting a colonoscopy. The key to surviving colon cancer, early detection and prevention. Borland Groover recently expanded into St. Johns County. The new and advanced surgery center and medical office is open in Durbin Crossing. Visit BorlandGroover.com for a location near you. Remember, 45 is the new 50. Get screened today with Borland Groover.
Break in the savings this fall with Universal Roof and Contracting. Enjoy 15% off all roof repairs and replacements, plus a free wind mitigation inspection. With financing options as low as $115 a month, protecting your home has never been easier. Schedule your free roof inspection today. Call 855-ROOF-HELP. Offer expires November 30th. Protect your home and your wallet.
License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey. Here in North Florida, you know that when temperatures go up and your AC goes out, you need help now. Like right now. Like lickety-split. So why not call Lickety Split and get same-day emergency service for your AC? Now, I bet you've seen their trucks all over town because they've got dozens of certified technicians ready to repair not only your AC, but your home's plumbing and electrical too. So when you want it done right and you need it done right now, call Lickety Split AC Plumbing and Electric.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Now, it's time to showcase the Crown Royals Special Teams Player of the Game. Live generously and life will treat you royally.
Logan Cook gave a steamy performance on Sunday against the Vikings. The Jacksonville punter had 5 punts for 274 yards, with his longest punt going for 68 yards. Cook sliced and diced the opposition on his way to a spectacular showing, and he's your Crown Royal Special Teams Player of the Game.
David Ammon here with Zero Res.
You know, Dad, I just love this time of year. It cools down, the holidays are coming on, and college football is a blast.
One of the things that I'm grateful for is our good customers. I have loved working for the good people of Jacksonville and want to say thank you.
Folks, the schedule is filling up fast. Book today and Zero Res will clean your carpets for only $49 per room. Plus, they'll give you 25% off your tile cleaning.
Zero Res.
Spelled Florida backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
If you're looking for custom metalwork, look no further than Superior Fence and Rail. Whether it's custom railing, shade structures, or custom entry gates, their expert team controls the turnkey process. From CAD design and raw metal to powder-coated finish and expert installation. When you choose Superior Fence and Rail for your custom metal project, you get a project that's, well, superior. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail today.
Come on, admit it. Almost everyone you know seems to be playing pickleball now, right? So whether you just want to learn how to play or you're ready to show off your elite pickleball skills, the Y is the place for you. Visit our brand new McGuire Family Pickleball Center at the Brown Family YMCA in Ponte Vedra Beach. 5 top quality outdoor courts and 3 amazing indoor courts where you can learn about dinks, dill ball, falafel, the kitchen, and more pickleball slang at the Y.
SportsForecaster.com has all the data you need to project tomorrow's winners. Register for free and track the performance of all your favorite players and teams, including all your fantasy team picks and prospects. Sports Forecaster has the most detailed player profiles on the web. Precise depth charts, every transaction, every injury, every news update. No ranting or raving, no preening or barstool bluster. At SportsForecaster.com, you get the timely info you need for every game. SportsForecaster.com. Sign up for free today.
This is Dr. James Perry, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Doug Pederson was asked on how he thought the secondary played Sunday, holding Vikings weapons Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and TJ Hawkinson to no touchdowns. Here's his opinion on the way they played.
I thought the corners played really well. To hold that group to really not a whole lot offensively was good. They played physical. They came up, made tackles without Buster. Darby. You see Tyson. These guys they're battling and playing really well. I think it looked like to me, for the entire secondary, playing their best football yesterday.
Definitely an impressive performance by the Jaguars secondary and a positive takeaway from Sunday's disappointing loss to the Vikings. I'm Max Fink with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Yeah, I read the Neil Young autobiography, as a matter of fact, and this song was banned in some countries. Talking about Cortez the Killer, where he says the women were all beautiful and the men stood straight and tall. Ah, what a writer. What a lyricist. We are less than 10 minutes away from you and your phone calls on Neil Young's 79th birthday. 641-1010 if you want to get in line. I expect a barrage of phone calls, and I expect really good phone calls. You're A+ on the text line. That's 641-1010, same number, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. You're outstanding. And I'm not a schmoozer. I'm not. You're that good. I learn from you. You give me ideas. You ask me questions. If I don't know them, I'll go check. For instance, let's go to this one, 6188. Ballou, I get so tired of your criticism of Cam's suspension as being selfish. Did you ever think that he was taking supplements? They ate him, healing the injury for a quick return to the lineup. Did you? No. You always believe he was a bust, and therefore you remain overly critical of him. I'm okay with that. I am. That's fine. I think he was incredibly overrated. One of the issues I had with Cam is that he could never stay healthy. When's the last time he was healthy? 2020? He always got hurt. And I think we got the real picture of Cam Robinson the last 2 weeks. We watched him suck his thumb and not go into a football game when asked, and made over $1 million, to the point where Trent Baalke had to give him away plus $7 million to Minnesota for a future fifth, which could be a fourth-round pick in the year 2026. He is the starting tackle in Minnesota. Trent Baalke gave him away. He gave him away with $7 million, folks. Okay? And I'm not even talking about the dead cap money. I'm talking about the salary. He gave him away and set. What is the old one? Billy Bean, JJ with Dave Justice, when he says, "Oh, the Yankees, why you paying me $7 million?" They say, the Yankees are paying you $3.5 million to no longer be here. That's what this organization thought of Cam Robinson. And then he allows 11 pressures, has 3 penalties, including the egregious one on the Jaguars sideline. His former teammates, boy, what a great man he must have been, blows him up 1.5 yards out of bounds. So if you think I'm too hard on him or the criticism, fine. I don't care. Appreciate your opinion. And I'm fine with the way that you think I feel about him. I thought he was incredibly overrated. And I'm glad he's no longer here. Coming up next, let's grab your phone calls. 641-1010. Get on in. Let's do some old school radio. A call-in show for our second hour. Obviously, you got a lot on your mind. Let's hear from you. 641-1010, best way to get in.
After you watch the game, discuss it with Hacker, Leon, and Coach Campo.
From Hurricane Grill and Wings, Fleming Island.
It's the window world of Northeast Florida fifth quarter. Brought to you by Von Rowan Law and Hurricane Grill and Wings. 2 hours after the final whistle on game day. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
At Honda, we appreciate all the comparisons to other vehicles. And no matter how many times they compare their vehicles to a Honda, only a Honda is a Honda. Remember, value, quality, safety, there is no substitute. Visit your local Honda dealer now and experience the difference.
Hacker here, and last Saturday was awesome. Thanks to everyone who came out to my Countdown to 100 Awaken 180 watch party. The wings were flying, beers were being thrown down, and this guy didn't gain a pound back. I had reached my goal of 100 pounds and took a couple of weeks off. What did I find during my weigh-in last week? I actually lost more weight, officially down 110 pounds now. Had a birthday trip, watch party, celebrations, you name it, and I'm down 110 pounds. I weigh now 207. Yeah, 207 when I was close to 320 just 8 months ago. With Awaken 180, I've got the ultimate life back. Losing weight while living it up. It's like cheating the system, but it's all legit. If you're ready to get your health back, join the Awaken 180 movement. Call 844-346-1800 or hit up awaken180weightloss.com. This isn't a diet, it's leveling up your life. Hacker out, because I'm keeping it real and light.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting. The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy subs and sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a Dandy, and do it today.
If your ride is making strange noises, don't wait and make it work. Come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road. My expert technicians can diagnose the problem and likely fix it fast. Experience the difference at Action Transmission on Merrill Road.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, you spend a lot of time talking about diamonds, but what about some of the colored stones we see?
Frank, when you talk about colored stones, there are literally hundreds of varieties and species in the gem kingdom. As certified gemologists, we're trained gemologically on the identification of each of these and can separate the man-made synthetics and imitations from the real thing. But at Underwoods, we can go to the next step. At Underwoods, we're active buyers of loose-colored stones in the world markets, so we have an understanding of the values of colored stones as they relate back to the various qualities. In fact, just like diamonds, we buy most of our colored stones loose, then create the pieces of jewelry to hold the gems. You can be assured not only of the authenticity and quality of our colored stone jewelry, but also of the value. So if you're in the market for a fine quality emerald, sapphire, ruby, aquamarine, amethyst, citrine, tourmaline, peridot, or any other gemstone, come by and see us at Underwoods.
Prosser here. I've been telling you for years about Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season finally upon us. Imagine watching your favorite team in your new Lifetime man cave, family hangout, or Lifetime's version of a she shed. And now Lifetime is expanding their replacement window division. Make your home energy efficient with their Energy Star rated windows. Enclosures, flooring, and windows to fit any and all budgets. Visit the showroom just off Phillips Highway. Proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let Lifetime be your home team.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Football fans, huddle up. Make Best Bet St. Augustine your game day headquarters. We're serving up the ultimate viewing experience with all the big games on our massive screens, mouth-watering food specials till 2 a.m., drink deals to keep your spirits high, and we're open till 4 in the morning for post-game celebrations. Ante up for your team and score big at Best Bet St. Augustine this football season. For the play-by-play on our game day specials, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com. Best Bet St. Augustine, where every fan leaves a champion.
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my success with back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Clean air, cool air, both are extremely important. Trust Florida Home AC to deliver on both with their Remy Halo, the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC and breathe clean and cool air.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
It's a different version. What do we got here? Is this like a dance mix of Mr. Soul?
I don't know. This is on Neil Young's official channel. Let me go back. Let me find the
A lot of
OG
synthesizer here.
Maybe
Organ.
this is like his hip version. Hold on.
Yeah, I'd never heard that one before. One of the few songs he sings with Buffalo Springfield. Stephen Stills sang
We have
most.
to wait 5 seconds for booking.com, of course.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's pay that bill.
Anyone who has a YouTube premium subscription, send that information over to me, please.
Mm-hmm. That's a live edition. Little harmonica. 79 years of age today. This is a live edition of Mr. Soul.
It is.
So talented. Harmonica. I mean, that was, Bob Dylan did it. Who else did it?
Who was the guy in the 90s? What was that infamous goofy-looking guy?
A goofy rock star?
Yeah. That played a harmonica. Blues Traveler.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't put him on the level of
Magic Dick.
Bob Dylan and Neil Young.
Magic Dick played some harmonica for Jake Giles.
Okay.
Played several different instruments. Bono played some harmonica. Bruce will play some harmonica. I think that's it. I'm not sure if we have anyone else. Did Robert Plant ever?
I feel like they had some in there. Yeah, a lot of flute.
Yeah.
With Zeppelin.
All right, we have listened to you. We've gotten a lot lately saying, how about phone calls? How about us being able to express yourself? I'm going to open them up this hour. Right now, no one is online. 641-1010. There's no shortage of topics around the Jaguars, around Florida State, around Florida, around the college football playoff. So the best way to get on in is 641-1010. Again, when you call, just turn down the radio. We'll put you on, and we'll do some rapid fire. I know there's quite a bit that you do, in fact, have on your mind. Told here that Tom Petty also played the harmonica at 0602, getting in a few moments ago. 0984 Blue. I do appreciate that. Thank you, the 0984. But I'm usually one that, as far as criticism, I like in some aspects, like the Cam Robinson one I read last hour. But when you do, in fact, praise me, I've been prone to kind of go in the opposite direction. Ozzy Osbourne, Billy Joel played harmonica, 1138. The Doobie Brothers, Long Train Running has a great harmonica. Okay. Who else plays the flute? outside of Jethro Tull. I think Robert Plant played the flute. Going to California. I don't remember what. No, it wasn't going to California. Don't remember exactly what song it was. 12-01 Blue, not a Walker Little fan of, but I'm with you about making a run of 7 games and finish 9-8. It could all come together for an AFC championship game just for the love of my team. I don't think that is going to happen, winning 7 straight. Hate to be that way, but I think the season is lost. Let's get to the phone lines. Where are we going? Pete, you are on. Welcome to Into the Night.
Hey, thanks. Can you hear me okay?
I got you, Pete.
All right, sorry. Yeah, just real quick on Cam Robinson, 100% agree. For all the years he was here, there was never one year where anyone thought, oh, Cam Robinson could be a Pro Bowler or anything like that. There was never a year where he was anything that resembled a high tackle draft pick. So,
yeah.
Agree with you 100% on that one. The other thing I'm just kind of flabbergasted by, and I'm sure you've covered this, and I haven't been able to listen the last little bit, but the whole defensive, and I don't understand why some of these questions don't get asked when the coordinators are available, but like with Ryan Nielsen, when he was with the Falcons, they blitzed at a really high rate, and then they come here and they're like the least blitzing team in the league, and I'm curious if he was ever asked why, if is Doug Pederson sort of imposing some restrictions on the defensive scheme. I don't understand how you can go from, we kept hearing this is going to be an attacking defense, and then they revert to being like the worst or the least blitzing team in the league. Meanwhile, they're at the bottom of all the categories. So I don't really, this whole failure to adjust, we keep doing the same things over and over, it's just flabbergasting. And not that you want to really emulate the Raiders or the Bears, but they're clearly willing to make changes mid-season, yet and I'm not saying Nielsen needs to go, but the idea that they just won't try new things, and that goes to the play calling on offense as well.
Yeah. Hey Pete, thank
why
you.
Not change it up?
Yeah, really good question. I appreciate that, and he has been asked. And, the built-in excuse was there when Tyson Campbell wasn't able to give it a go, but those numbers haven't increased since. And you're getting 0 pop from your interior defensive line. You're only getting pressures from the top 2 edge guys who are as good as any edge guys in the NFL. But this has been a total miss. We thought that it was going to be an aggressive defense. It was going to be a 4-3 defense where guys did a variety of different things. He rotates his players way, way, way too much. And unfortunately, it just hasn't worked. Appreciate that call. Let's go to Taylor, who is next up. Let's go to Bill, who is next up. Welcome.
Hey, man. Hey. I'm a little upset right now about these Jags, man. I just don't understand, what's going on. Something needs to happen before these fans go crazy and start, throwing stuff and all that junk. I'm just like, what the hell is going on?
Well, Bill, my advice to you is a cold drink, a cocktail. Let's make it a Miller Lite. Don't throw things. I mean, Texas started that. Now we're seeing it all over. We saw it again last week. I hate it for you fans. I hate it for Jaguar fans because you've been so incredibly patient. But this has been just a travesty as far as a season has been concerned. And I think it's going to be that way for the remainder of the year. Hopefully they bulldozer the entire thing. I think this is the final week of Doug Pederson. I think he gets fired after the loss Sunday in Detroit. It may be announced Monday. That's my plan. And if they do turn around and win a bunch of these games, is that enough to keep Trent Baalke still as the general manager? That would be what I would, in fact, be worried about most. If I was a Jags fan right now, for you Jaguar fans out there listening, that would be my biggest concern. 641-1010. If you'd like to get on in, Stevie Wonder played the harmonica. Ron Burgundy plays the flute. P. Diddy plays the flute. Huey Lewis played harmonica in the early 1990s. 5661 says, Ballou, give it up. You obviously have no idea who plays a harmonica, and now you're trying to step into famous flute players. Stick to sports. There you go. My goodness, how dare you on a sports talk radio show mention anything outside of sports for your entire show. I got you. 641-1010. If you'd like to get on in, again, I want to do this Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock. Take your questions, suggestions, opinions, whatever it may be, overall on the Jaguars. And I know it's been a while since I've taken some calls, so it may sound a little bit out of the ordinary for you. But, again, if you want to get on in, same number as the text line, 641-1010. I find it just incredibly interesting since I mentioned the harmonica and the flute. I bet I've received somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 to 50 hits on who plays the flute, and not one of you mentioned Jethro Tull, or the harmonica, but I'm actually getting more on that than Jaguar questions. And I think that speaks volumes of honestly where this football team is right now and just how disappointing it has been for you. 8422, Ballou, who would be the interim if, in fact, Doug Pederson is fired? He mentions Mike McCoy. I can't see them going in any other direction. I honestly cannot. There's not another coach on this staff who was a head coach previously in his career. It makes the most sense. I also think you have to look at it this way. If they were able to flip a switch and win a bunch of these games where the schedule is not going to be nearly as difficult later in the season, I don't think you're really in any danger of Mike McCoy coming in and taking over the reins, hiring from within, taking off the interim label and promoting him as a head coach. Obviously, they have to go through the Rooney Rule and everything that applies to become an NFL head coach. But I just don't believe that would work with Mike McCoy. So I think that's another reason that would come into play. Let's get back to these phone lines. 641-1010. Who are we going to?
We got Eron.
Eron, welcome to Into the Night.
Truth teller.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm an advocate for the players are more to blame than anything. A coach's job is to get you open and give you a chance to win, but the drop balls and offensive line just not blocking and running the wrong route, all that is just a player. Ultimately, sure, the coach is responsible to sort of get them up, but I sort of think Trent Baalke has brought in so many below-average players now. It's always funny to me looking at these post games. Coaches look like they're in shock, like they can't understand why, the simple basic things aren't being done. And nobody you can bring in coaching-wise is going to fix, players dropping balls and running wrong routes and all of that. So that's the sad part about it. Like you said, if Baalke doesn't go and we get a real offensive line, which we've been talking about for 5 or 10 years now, nothing's going to change. That's the sad part about it.
Yeah, you know what? I appreciate your phone call. And the way that I've always looked at this is if your team gets blown out every week, see Florida State, it's players. If you lose one-possession games every week, and the Jaguars have now lost 6 games by 5 points or less, it's coaching. This league comes down to a play here, a play there. This team has not gotten better in massive issues that they've had in the entire Pederson administration. They're no better on third down. They're no better on rushing the football. They're no better in time of possession. They're no better as far as penalties. Injuries you cannot control. But there have been times, short yardage, right? 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 4th and 1. This team has turned the football over, I think, 9 times this year on downs, which is absolutely putrid considering you have 2 wins. Coaching decisions, okay? The X's and the O's, the Jimmies and the Joes. It's a healthy argument. It's a six-pack argument. Our late friend David Lamb, he and I used to battle about this all the time off air. He doesn't think that managers in baseball are worth anything. I totally 100% disagree with that, and I always have disagreed with that. I think the same applies here with football. Look at the difference between Minnesota and Jacksonville. Both had really bad quarterback play. Minnesota tried to win the game. They threw 3 interceptions by doing what? Trying to locate, trying to hit their best player, Jefferson. Darnold sailed the ball. 3 takeaways by Jacksonville. The Jaguars didn't even attempt to get the football to Brian Thomas Jr. in the first half. Run a screen, okay? I mean, do something. Get your best player the football. That's coaching. And I was in Philadelphia when we asked about Brian Thomas Jr. not getting the ball. He mentioned clouded coverage. That one actually, go back to, and that was another Martineau question. That was his first one about the clouded coverage. Look at the expression on the face of Doug Pederson. That's probably why he popped off with the second question about how us in the media wouldn't be able to figure it out, which I know really upset a lot of people. They didn't get the ball to him. That's coaching. Okay? I mean, I can remember, here's a bad example, but it's one that comes to mind. The 1998 Fiesta Bowl. Florida State and Tennessee. Florida State's down to their 3rd quarterback because Chris Wenke broke his neck and Dan Kendra shredded a knee. So you go to the late Marcus Outzen, the Rooster. I can't believe I just said the late. That is so sad. We're losing people way, way too soon. They didn't get Peter Warrick the football. I don't care if you the way that Lou Holtz used to just line up Rocket Ismail. I mean, he had Jerome Bettis, he had Ricky Waters, he had them all. And he was like, no, I need to get my best player the football. I'm going to line them up in the backfield. Are you old enough to remember Rocket Ismail taking the handoff from the running back position? Because Lou Holtz is like, I got to get him some touches. You know, even in the Rick Meyer years, whatever. Florida State did not do that, Peter Warrick. Jacksonville didn't do that on Sunday. Get him the damn ball. So that's coaching. And we just talked about Ryan Nielsen not blitzing, not being aggressive, not doing anything on defense. That's coaching. This has been a really bad year for this staff. And frankly, I'm pretty surprised by it. I really thought, my meeting with Ryan Nielsen the first time, I was incredibly impressed. It's like, this guy's really going to bring... I mean, the Mike Caldwell deal was weird. Mike was green. He was uncomfortable with the media. I asked him about the green dot, and he didn't even want to tell me who was going to wear the green dot, like it was going to be secretive. It ended up being a better defensive coordinator. It was more of a boring defense, but it just hasn't worked. All right, I know we have some callers on the line. We need to take a break, don't we?
We could take one more.
Well, let's take one more.
Meanie.
How about that? Who is it?
Meanie on the south side.
Meanie, south side. Welcome.
Hey, Rick. I'm calling in to make a comment about Doug Pederson. As you can tell by my accent, I'm from Philadelphia. And my family members up there, they're still Super Bowl crazy and all that kind of stuff, supporting Doug. But my brother had a conversation with me that said that Doug did not get fired. He walked away from his job. And I'm wondering, because of the things that he said last week and this week about Trevor and his duffel bag and about the press not understanding the play that they asked to be explained, whether he's starting to say and do things that are going to cause the Jags to fire him rather than him walking away.
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's something that I did talk about yesterday. He's almost asking to be fired. The comments that he has made, the duffel bag comment on Friday was snotty. It was rude. It was uncalled for. And I didn't take it as personally as a lot of my colleagues did, the way that he basically said we're not smart enough to understand the route that Gabe Davis was supposed to run. When you talk down to people like that, I think it is a way to say, I've had it. I've got guaranteed money. I'm tired of this nonsense. Fire me and, let me go to an island for a few weeks, play some golf and sip some drinks. 2 Fridays ago, before the Philadelphia game, I had Sal Paolantonio on. And Sal Paolantonio did not like my question about Press Taylor and about Doug Pederson putting himself in a position where he's going to get fired for a second time by doing the exact same thing. And Sal told me and told whoever listened to the interview, he said, I don't believe that is the reason why he got fired. And I said, well, what is that reason? And he says, I don't want to get into it right now. So I've known Sal for a long time, but he was clearly bothered that I asked that question to him because he has a personal relationship. He even went on to say, that's why I've done this for 33 years, because I don't hope that coaches get fired. Somehow he turned it into that I wanted Doug Pederson to get fired. I've always tried to state that I like Doug Pederson. I do. I hate that this is happening, but it has been brutal as of late, and he's acting like he no longer wants to be here. Appreciate that call. When we come back, let's grab some more phone calls. Wide open lines, 641-1010. A lot of frustrated Jaguar fans out there. Some really good questions so far, and I expect that. The text line is always really good. Getting a lot as well on harmonicas and flutes. This is really kind of taken on a life of itself. I was talking about lead singers who played harmonica. And I went with Bob Dylan, and I went with Neil Young and Bruce and Bono. And I think we mentioned a couple of others. I probably blew it by mentioning Magic Dick of Jake Isles. But now we're hearing from everyone. So that's out there as well if you want to get on. We even have a Canned Heat reference. We're also celebrating Neil Young's 79th birthday. Good to have you with us.
He's fearless in the face of danger when entering enemy territory.
What is your mission?
Get insights and interviews from Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline when he takes you behind enemy lines. Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Ballou here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
SportsForecaster.com has all the data you need to project tomorrow's winners. Register for free and track the performance of all your favorite players and teams, including all your fantasy team picks and prospects. Sports Forecaster has the most detailed player profiles on the web, precise depth charts, every transaction, every injury, every news update. No ranting or raving, no preening or barstool bluster. At SportsForecaster.com, you get the timely info you need for every game. SportsForecaster.com. Sign up for free today.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation, light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to CarlsonDentalGroup.com. That's CarlsonDentalGroup.com for all of your dental needs.
Epic offers. Factory direct pricing on AC equipment from Epic Cool Heating and Air. Call 904-859-EPIC. Epic discounts for military, police, first responders, and 1010 listeners like you. Epic Cool Heating and Air.
I've known Glenn Cohen for a long time as a friend and a lawyer. Persistent and fair, Glenn and his firm have represented clients from North Florida and South Georgia for over 40 years in all kinds of personal injury cases. If I had such a case, call Glenn at Barnes, Cohen, and Sullivan.
Hey, Jacksonville Koozies, it's me, Soccer Sam, for Salvatore's Pizza. Rochester, New York's favorite pizza is now open in Jacksonville, Florida, Tapestry Park at the Loft Hotel Plaza. Daily $10 deals, dine in with beer and wine, and delivery at salvatores.com. The famous Formoso family brings Salvatore's Pizza, Rochester's favorite pizza, including our 32-piece sheet pizza
Denny Thompson here. They're still growing. Tyson Sound & Security is looking to hire a master electrician. Are you or someone you know a master electrician with residential experience? Candidate will start at the industry's most competitive pay. Apply online at TysonSoundAndSecurity.com or call to apply 762-1000. Tyson Sound & Security hiring a master electrician offering top-notch industry pay. Call to apply 762-1000. Equal opportunity employees.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Bank in the 2024 Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards, and it's easy to see why. I go to the branch off 210 in St. Johns County and the new Durbin location, but they have 10 branches in the Jacksonville area. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
Jeff Lagerman here. Now that football season is here, make sure your ride can get to that tailgate or away game safely and dependably. You can trust the ASE certified professionals at any of the 27 independently owned Napa Auto Care Centers and the quality Napa parts they use. Napa Auto Care Centers can handle everything: oil changes, air conditioning, brakes, engines, transmissions, and more. Napa Auto Care offers a nationwide 24-month, 24,000-mile peace of mind warranty on most repairs. Find a Napa Auto Care Center near you. JacksNapaAutoCareGroup.com.
Former Jaguars corner and first-year head football coach at Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows, K-12, Aaron Beasley here. Are you looking for an A-rated K-12 school prioritizing academics, arts, and athletics? Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows offers a rigorous curriculum to develop strong minds with an additional focus on growing good hearts. DCSB has been an A school for 8 years, and our tuition is free. Now enrolling. Apply at baymeadowscharter.org.
This is Hayes Carline for Skylife Elite. Have you ever thought about aircraft ownership as another potential revenue stream and as a tool for tax savings? Put your tax money to work for you while enjoying the benefits of private personal travel. Skylife Elite has over a decade of experience in business aviation and can guide you through the process with their expert staff. Call my friends over at Skylife Elite at 490-9332 or find them at flyskylife.com to get the rundown on everything owning an airplane can do for you.
Why is it important not to spit out watermelon seeds? Answer next.
When you call Southern Oak and file a claim, you'll be handled by our hand-picked vendors who will analyze any roof, storm, or water damage. It'll save money for you.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Watermelon seeds contain a tremendous source of power. They're rich in vitamins, protein, zeta-3, zinc, and fatty acids.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey, and I just cannot say enough good things about my friends at Pella Windows and Doors. They have the highest quality products, the strongest limited warranties in the industry, and they just flat out look amazing. But don't just take my word for it. Consumer Reports still has Pella rated #1 in all 3 major window categories, so why not go with the best? Call them today or visit the Pella showroom and be sure to ask about the latest hurricane and impact-resistant windows. That's Pella Windows and Doors on Phillips Highway, and tell them Mike sent you.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Happy birthday, Neil Young, 79 years of age. Absolutely love Neil Young. Saw him out in Great Woods, suburban Boston, out by Foxborough where the Patriots play, and she's maybe 1987, 1988, something like that. I haven't seen him since. He never comes anywhere near here. And it's really disappointing. Love to see Neil Young again. Hey, we lost a couple of legends yesterday. Earlier today as well. John Robinson last night. Remember talking to Tony Vaselli a couple of years ago about the late John Robinson. Very successful at USC, also with the Los Angeles Rams. And then Jerry Faust, who really changed the world in the early to mid-'80s when, as a high school coach, a legendary high school coach, got his dream job at Notre Dame. and it never worked out. I want to say he was 30-26 in 4 years. That was it.
2 7-5 seasons, went to like some crappy bowls, and then was replaced by one of the greatest coaches in the history of Notre Dame, Lou Holtz.
No doubt about it. They haven't won a national title since 1988.
Is this the year?
For Notre Dame?
Losing to Northern Illinois just to overcome it and go undefeated the rest of the way and win the first 12-team playoff?
We'll see. Of course, they will not play on Championship Saturday, so they're not going to get a bye. They're going to have to play, and hopefully for Notre Dame fans, they're going to get that first-round game on campus. But both were 89 years of age, John Robinson and Jerry Faust. And again, we are celebrating Neil Young's 79th birthday tonight. We do like to mix in some rock. And I'm with you tonight, 6 to 8. Tomorrow night, 6 to 8. I'm off Thursday because I'm going to the Daryl Hall show. And I'm fired up about it. All right? Friday, we're 4 to 6, which means Friday night I'll be at the Blue Crab House with a designated driver, the DD. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Tomorrow night, the Blue Crab House, remember, each and every Wednesday, $1 steamers. I was out there with Greg Huntington, a couple of weeks ago. I think we went through 3 or 4 orders of steamers before we even got to the crabs.
He looks like a guy who could put down some.
Oh, I said, Huntington, this one's on me. He didn't eat for like 2 days. And so anyway, we'll be out there Friday. I always love sitting in the bar area. It's a great bar area. And there's really good people. So I'll be out there coming up this Friday night. All right, let's get to some of these phone calls. Why don't we do that? 641-1010. We're going to start doing this now Tuesday nights at 7. Want to get back to hearing from you, especially with everything that's going on. You said it is Greg, correct? You are next. Welcome.
Hey.
Hey.
A couple quick takes. First off, I love the mix of the show and the sports, the music and all that stuff. I think that's awesome. The other thing is, I still happen to believe that the Jaguars are just miserable from an offensive perspective because of their offensive line. I'm not a big Prez Taylor fan, but I think Doug is, and he's loyal to a fault. And I think nothing's going to work the way Prez Taylor wants it to work until they get an offensive line that can do what an offensive line should do. I'm going to take that off the air.
Well, it's a great call, and because listen. It's a great call because you're thinking exactly the way that I'm thinking. All right? I'm sorry. But I don't want to see a corner. I don't want to see a defensive tackle, okay, because it hasn't worked with Eric Armstead or whatever it may be. I don't want to see it. It's offensive line. I don't want to see another wide receiver because Kirk is gone and Gabe Davis hasn't worked. And, after Brian Thomas Jr., what do you have? You have Parker Washington. No. It's the offensive line. I've been yelling about this forever. When are you people going to fully get on board? Trevor had 5 injuries a year ago, and he's hurt again this year. You have a terrible interior offensive line. They've all aged. Mitch Morse coming off a bad game, bad fumble. It just doesn't work with Sheriff anymore. He's too old.
Here's the deal, though. They're going to be so bad, they're going to have a great pick, and you're not going to take an offensive guard with like a top 10 pick.
No, you take a tackle.
So in that case, you don't bring Little back.
Yeah, and listen, that's why I made that big deal about that earlier. Mm-hmm. If he is good enough, but you know what? We're having fun with it. Jacksonville's not going to pick number 1.
No, I don't think they will, but I think
they're
going to
pick 5 or 6.
10.
Yeah.
And even if that's, you just don't take guards.
No,
really.
You don't. I mean, you could have John Hanna or Larry Allen, and they're still going to say to you, you can't draft a guard at that particular position. It is.
It's like the NFL rules.
Yeah. It absolutely
like you don't
is.
take a wide receiver number 1, or it's.
But we're going to hear all this Travis Hunter. We're going to hear all of this. Get the corner out of Michigan. I mean, I don't think the Jags
will be bad enough to get Travis Hunter.
No, neither do I. But it would be great to have him here.
Yeah, it would be sick.
And depending on how you look at it, losing not only solidifying that top pick, for the third time in 5 years, which, let's be honest about this, it's really embarrassing. But that may be the only way that Trent Baalke's no longer here. People keep, it's almost like when I say I don't bet, people are like, wink, wink, come on, Ballou, you bet. I'm like, no, I don't. I haven't bet in over 10 and a half years. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to fall off the wagon and bet again at some point. As a matter of fact, I was telling my GF the other night, I was like, watching all these games sometimes are boring. Maybe I need to start betting again.
Certainly makes it exciting.
Yeah, just,
a lot more exciting. Especially on a Sunday, and it's like, especially with the Jags out of playoff contention, and if you don't have a rooting interest in these games, I couldn't even imagine watching. That 4 o'clock window on Sunday was terrible.
It's too bad.
There was only 3 games, but they were all blowouts. They were just bad all around. Quarterback play was the NFL product is not great at the moment. So I would suggest putting something on these games for a little entertainment.
Yeah, just tip money, Yeah. I mean, I don't know, $100, $150, something like that. So if you lose, I mean, it doesn't kill you. Like if you're betting money you don't have, then that's a real issue.
Yeah,
that is a problem, and I hope that that's not the case for any of you out there. I have a feeling it is, because I've seen it. I tell you where I saw it most when I was a bartender. That was unbelievable, and that was back in what, 90, 91, 92, 90. That was in the early 90s where I saw where gambling was absolutely illegal then. In those days, on campus, man, if you held the book, you were making tons of money because people lose when they gamble. But they don't believe me when I say that. It's true. They also don't believe me when I say Trent Baalke's going to be your general manager. Okay? I'm not doing this for shtick. I'm saying this because I believe it. And they could even get blown out by Detroit, lose at home to Houston, and be 2-10. And then turn around and beat Tennessee home and away, New York, Vegas, and Indy. That's 6 in a row. You end up going 8-9 if you win 6 in a row. And the built-in excuses that Baalke has, and with the firing of Doug Pederson and this entire staff, I really believe he's got a chance to save his job. So, when I say to you, would it be worth losing these games? I mean, what is a win over Las Vegas really going to do? It's great over the holiday. It's a couple of days before Christmas. I get it. You want to win games. I understand. But would you rather lose to get a better draft pick and to guarantee that your general manager doesn't return? That's my point. What if you win these games late? He's in the ear of Shad Khan.
Sometimes you got to play the long game as a fan.
Yes. I'm advocating that right now. I don't want to see this team lose, and I know that, they're still mathematically in it. They could go on a great run.
Oh, stop.
They're going to get hammered by Detroit. They're going to get throttled by Detroit. And again, I totally expect that Doug Pederson is fired on Sunday night or Monday. I plan on coming in here on Monday talking about Doug Pederson getting fired because I think they lose by, 28 points and they go to 2-9. And I think with the bye there, you have to make that move. Where are we going next?
We could take our last one of the night. Andy.
Andy, you are on. Welcome to Into the Night.
Hey, thank you for taking my call. First-time caller.
Good.
Just want to talk about Trevor Lawrence for a second. He's got a 22-37 record. He's got an 87 passer rating. Can you name one game where he's carried his team on his back and willed his team to victory? They call him an elite quarterback, but he's not. He has never been an elite quarterback in the pros.
It's all fair. Everything you said right there, Andy, I can't argue with. He's certainly better than Mac Jones. He's certainly better than what this organization has had recently, but he is nowhere near elite. He shouldn't have gotten the contract extension when he did. He should have been forced to play through this year maybe even play through his fifth-year team option for first-rounders. JJ and I were on the same page with that. We didn't agree with signing him. We were told by everyone, well, you're going to benefit at the end of the contract because you're not going to have to pay him as much. I still needed to see a little bit. I'm not totally convinced that this is the guy that is going to turn around this football franchise. Now, I will say this. I haven't given up. I just got done talking about the offensive line. I just got done talking about a new coaching staff and a new general manager. You have to bulldozer the entire thing over, and you have to build it. And it starts with an acting general manager who gets the right offensive coach who can be with Trevor Lawrence for years and years and years to come. I'm shocked it didn't work with Doug Pederson. Completely shocked it did not work with him. But they have to get the right offensive coach. They have to get on the same page, and you have to build an offensive line. Bulky did a good job with running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. Okay, he did a very, very bad job with the offensive line. If they never build an offensive line, they're never going to take that next step. And that's what I'm going to be all about through the changes within this organization. And once we get to free agency and once we get to the NFL draft, if you listen to me, you are going to hear me nightly hammer the offensive line. It's not a sexy position. It doesn't get the credit. It doesn't get the recognition. But that is where the football team is built. Look at what this team did in the 90s. Look how great that offensive line was. It was the staple. It was the identity. You can Brunell me and Fred Taylor and Jimmy Smith and Keenan McCardell and Tony Brackens and Kevin Hardy and Aaron Beasley, and I love all those guys. But that offensive line was the glue to that football team. When's the last time you can say that about a Jaguars offensive line? I mean, seriously. When's the last time that you can hold your hat on what the Jaguars offensive line has done? It has been incredibly disappointing. I think they got one guy right now that you can trust, and that's Anton Harrison. You have four other positions that need to be addressed massively. You can get by it with maybe another year with Mitch Morris, maybe another year with Ezra. Maybe. But you have to address those four offensive line positions. Final thoughts coming up. Take you tonight till 8 o'clock.
A sturdy defense keeps your end zone safe like a Superior fence keeps your family and pets safe.
It's fantastic.
After the game, catch the Superior Fence and Rail Defensive Player of the Game on 1010XL.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
It's the time of year all our customers love. At Garber Auto Mall, every 2024 must go. Take advantage of thousands in discounts on all new Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Ford. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there's always a little room for wiggle.
Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Injured in an accident? Have mounting medical bills? Can't work? Don't worry. Zach's got your back. I'm Zach Von Rowan of Von Rowan Law. I will fight for the compensation that you deserve. Set up your free consultation at zachsgotyourback.com.
Remember your first great cigar? Honestly, neither do we. But here's your chance to make a new memory with an extraordinary A.J. Fernandez cigar. Join us at Tobacco Cove, 3849 Bay Meadows Road on November 16th from 1 to 4 p.m. for our A.J. Fernandez cigar event. Enjoy food, prizes, and incredible deals on A.J. Fernandez cigars. Come for the cigars, stay for the experience at Tobacco Cove, 3849 Bay Meadows Road.
This is Chelsea with Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors. Here's what people are saying about working with us.
Installers were professional, courteous, and efficient.
Great customer service. On time, explained the process, and walked me through the installation. Amazing team.
Our experience with Renewal by Anderson was outstanding from the beginning to end.
Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit rbafla.com.
License number CGC 1527613.
Renewal by Anderson, custom windows and doors.
Get fishing tips and stories from Captain Kevin.
Bite's gonna pick up pretty soon.
On the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show. Brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Whoa! Thursday nights at 6.
On 1010XL AM.
Navy Mutual was created by service members for service members, so we know what it means to serve. Our policies have no active duty service restrictions, so you can rest assured that you're covered no matter your duty station, home or abroad. To go even further, we promise that premiums will not be higher for those who serve in dangerous environments, including aviation, diving, or on deployments. Let us help you protect those you love the most. Learn more at NavyMutual.org.
Your pipes are leaking, don't get nervous. Fa la 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 la. Call Roll and Reach for same day service. Fa la 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 la. He guarantees your satisfaction. Fa la 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 la. Call Roland and he'll spring into action. Fa la 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 la. This holiday season, if you have a leak and can't wait a week, dial 904-260-7059. And from the Roll and Reach family to yours, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I-9 Sports is getting geared up for more fun for kids all over the First Coast with winter and spring registration now open. Kids ages 3 to 17 can get in the gym or on the field with I-9 Sports, covering Clay, Duval, and St. John's, and I-9 introducing all-girls volleyball and flag at Duval Charter and all-girls flag at Nocatee, plus flag, soccer, t-ball, and basketball for boys and girls too. So don't miss out. Registration open now for winter and spring at i9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you today about having a grateful spirit. As we journey in life, it's so easy to take things for granted. But I want to encourage you to never get tired of thanking God for your blessings. Take time also to thank the people in your life who have and are helping you to become the person you are today. Don't go through life complaining. Go through life praising.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295.
If golf is your thing, you'll want to check out the 2025 Hills Pass at Hidden Hills Golf Club. Unlimited golf, including golf car, and preferred tee times for just one low price. Visit us at hiddenhillsgc.com to purchase your Hills Pass today.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just a job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Jags fans, looking for the perfect activity around the holidays? We've got you covered with the inaugural Teal Trot 5K. The race takes place outside Everbank Stadium, Saturday, December 21st. We can't wait to see you there. Your registration includes the 5K, a throwback Jaguars headband, and a ticket to the December 29th game against the Titans. Visit jaguars.com/Teal Trot to sign up today.
If you're about to order a floral arrangement for someone you love, then take it from me, 1010XL's JJ LaSalva. Use Kuhn Flowers. That's right, Kuhn Flowers. For over 75 years, Kuhn Flowers gets it done right.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the Cool Down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
Hi, the college football playoff rankings, waiting for them to be announced. I believe it'll be around 8:30 or so when that actually does happen. I know last week it came right in at 7 o'clock, unless it has happened and I have missed it. We made it through, but we've had a couple of issues here at the radio station tonight, and I'm not going to say anything more than that, but some spit and glue. We got through it here tonight. Yeah, is it?
Allegedly, yes.
Okay, I guess we had a problem with the men's lavatory.
Yes, the water it's up and running again. I don't know about the flooding in the hall.
Okay. And it was a massive flood.
It was. There was just people wearing boots.
Mm-hmm.
Noah was out there with the ark. But Hack seems to have made it here safely.
It happened before I got here, but honestly, what are the chances that I get blamed for this?
Very high.
Yeah. I don't know. It happens. As long as I'm here tomorrow for another show, that's really all that matters. But, yeah, Richie's out there. They're out there working hard. They really are. So we've got some great people here behind the scenes that keep these radio stations together. All right, so we do wait for that second installment of the College Football Playoff Rankings. That'll happen during Hacker's Show.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Injury Care Centers, the exclusive provider of BioTarget regenerative therapy for pain. Visit GoBioTarget.com for a location near you.
ESPN can do what they want. I imagine they have college hoops tonight. Last week it was at 7, so I knew during my second hour. Tonight we're going to get it coming up in about 40 minutes.
Yeah, it'll be curious to see. We'll have it for you when it breaks. And quickly to the issue with the laboratory. See, 100 pounds ago, I would have been blamed for that. So that's the benefit of losing 100 pounds is now I'm not the prime suspect any longer.
Yeah, I've said this many times before. I've got my body, as far as my system, down to a T. I've never gone to the bathroom in 18 and a half years at 1010 XL.
Oh, you're a home field advantage guy?
I absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay? I've got my own bar. I've got my own toilet. And I've got my system. That's why I put hot sauce on everything. I have so many faults in my life. That is not one. I am regular at the exact same time daily.
Let me ask you this. Do you have a bidet?
I do not. I do not, and I know you're a big fan of it.
Cannot possibly recommend it enough. Life-changing.
Really?
Absolutely life-changing. Once you go bidet, you'll never go back.
No, I just like to take a shower.
Well, I mean, that can help too.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, the bidet is the way to go. For people that have bidets, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is just a cleanse, and it is righteous.
I'll have to come over and try it.
I would love for you to.
Okay.
The invitation's on the table.
All right. What's coming up tonight?
Yeah, we're going to talk more about bidets. That's certainly going to be a big topic of conversation. And I mean, obviously, that's a good segue to the Jaguars, right? The Jaguars, the Gators, and the Seminoles. Look, we got tonight, tomorrow, and Thursday. We're going to take about 10 minutes each night to just kind of talk about what the heck happened. We're going to start with Florida tonight. We're probably going to do Florida State tomorrow, do the Jaguars on Thursday. I mean, as a trio, this is the worst football season they've ever had collectively. Yeah. 7 wins and 22 losses. It's football purgatory. It's awful. So what? I mean, and Florida's kind of the torchbearer, right? Florida's got 4 of the 7 wins, amazingly enough. So we'll obviously do some of that. We got Mike DeRocco, ESPN.com, to talk Jags. One of your former colleagues, Sean Devaney, now with Heavy.com, to talk a little NBA.
Yep.
And I believe we're going to have you on later to talk Florida State. Looking forward to that.
I am as well, so that'll be coming up in just a little bit. Have a fun show.
Appreciate it, Rick.
That'll do it. Thanks for the callers tonight. It was good to get back to that. Been a little bit. Appreciate everyone. The text line was incredible tonight, as always. Tomorrow night, 6 to 8. Thursday, I'm off. And then Friday, 4 to 6. So that's the way it's going to be the rest of the week. Tomorrow night, now, I believe it's going to be Tim Brando among our guests tomorrow night. Rafael Esparza, John Osher. We know that for sure. Thank you to JJ LaSelva. I am Rick Ballou. Packers coming up right now. I'll talk to you tomorrow at 6.